Hello and welcome to the third and final part of the First Responder bundle. This video we are looking at the Bozeman. So we'll be looking at the Vanity shields from the Dilithium store. These are available during certain times of the year. And we'll also be looking at the only shield that's currently available in the Zen store. As usual, the chapters are listed in the description down below, along with other links that I'll cover at the end of the video. So the first shield we shall have a look at is the Alliance Vanity Shield. This is part of the Khitomer Alliance bundle in the Zen store. It's currently the only shield that is available in the Zen store as well. In the Khitomer Alliance bundle, you get the shield, the Khitomer Alliance uniform, and an upgrade. So let's take a look at the shield then. So we can see here we've got this orange plasma effect here for the Bizarre collectors. We have a white hull material, a grey hull material, and a gold hull material here as well. Very nice with the animated green and red lights there at the front. Got this cyan colouring here. Look at the rear of the ship for the impulse. It goes from red through orange, yellow to white there. We've got more of the gold shading, touch more of the grey as well. You can also see the red line pattern of the shield also. So the nacelles themselves are the cyan colour there. We've got some more cyan lighting around this module at the top here. And a touch here on the side as well. As we look down, so this cyan effect here is normally the deflector array pattern. You can see more of the gold shading. We've got the grey there as well, along with the red lines also. Touch more of that cyan lighting effect there as well. More of the gold, grey and the red lines on the underside as well. Now we move to the Dilithium store. This is the Barul Vanity Shield. It's a very popular shield in the game. So as you can see, we've got this black hull material. Here we have this white lighting effect. We've got this dull cyan there for the Bizarre collectors. Touch more of that cyan lighting here at the front as well. We've still got those two nice blinking lights there. The rear, we've got this lovely red for the impulse engines. We see some more of the cyan lighting around that module. Here at the back, top and bottom there of the impulse engines. Then the dull cyan lighting there for the nacelle. Then you can see this etched pattern here on the hull material also. Then as we look down, we can see more of that etched pattern there. Having this really dark hull material makes these red lines pop extremely nicely. I do like that look to the shield. We've then got the deflector pattern here. And more of the etched pattern on the hull material on the underside. And more of that dull cyan lighting as well. Here we have the Borg Vanity Shield. Now this shield gives your vessel the look of a liberated Borg vessel, not an assimilated one. It's something I've talked about extensively in previous videos. So the shield itself, we've got this grey hull material. And you can make out some of the pattern effect here of the hull plating. There are a few different shapes and sizes to it. It gives it a uneven look to it, which works quite well. Then we've got this blue effect here. I'll talk about this lighting effect when we get to the underside. At the rear again we've got the blue effect there as well. Got the blue lighting around that module. The cells as well, so you can see it starts off with the grey and goes to the blue and then starts to fade out again. Now we've got quite a nice view on the side here. So this material here is a darker grey. It's supposed to represent exposed areas of hull. So it's got a conduit effect. Now it's got the various lighting as well. So it does give that exposed look to it. Now we can see it quite extensively here on the side. And then quite good detail on the cells here. As we look down at the top, again, that's the normal deflector pattern that's been applied here. I see quite an extensive amount of that exposed conduit effect going around the saucer and then coming down the back of the ship here. And again, even more of that conduit effect look to the material here on the underside. Some of it's lit, as you can see, some of it's not. This here is the Discovery Vanity shield. So this shield has two different appearances depending on your faction alignment. We'll have a look at the Federation aligned first, and then we'll look at the Klingon one next. So for Federation aligned characters, you get the appearance of Starfleet vessels from Season 1 of Discovery. So we have this grey hull material that's actually got two different tones to the grey. You can see this honeycomb white pattern here, and again here with the touches of blue. We've got the blue Bussard collectors there with this pattern effect on them. The rear we've got the red honeycomb effect for the impulse engines. You see more of the blue lighting there on that module. Then we see the blue lighting there for the nacelle itself. On the main body of the nacelle and on the pylon you can see this pattern effect to the hull material. I'll get a better look at that in a moment when we rotate to the top of the ship. So looking down you can see the different shades to the hull material. Then we've got that pattern effect on it as well. Then we've got this white with blue effect here. Again, that's the normal deflector array effect that's been applied there. The underside, got some more of the blue lighting there. And then again, the two-tone to the hull material with the pattern effect on it throughout the outer part of the saucer there. Here we have the Discovery Vanity shield on a Klingon aligned character. So as you can see here, we've got this brown hull material. And there's quite a bit of different patterns within that hull material there. See this red and this pulsating white here for the Bussard collectors. Then we've got this white and red effect there for the deflectors, which isn't correct, and I'll show you the correct appearance that should be in a second. At the rear we have this light yellow with this pattern effect here on the impulse engines. Then we have this orange, yellow and white effect here for the nacelles themselves. And you see on the side view there quite a bit of various shapes within this pattern on the hull material. As I look down, you see this orange, yellow and white effect. That's normally the deflector colour for this shield. Again, just more to that pattern effect on the hull material there on the underside. Next up, we are looking at the Emperor's Vanity shield. So we've got a dark hull material, this lovely orange effect here. See this bright yellow for the Zhat collectors, a touch of cyan lighting there. Here we've got the cyan lighting for the impulse engines. You see more of the yellow lighting around that module there at the top. The bay doors are shaded purple. And with the yellow there for the nacelles. And then we can make out this blue illuminated dots. They do go throughout the hull material. Kind of a starfield effect to it. Obviously the darker the lighting, the more prominent you'll see them. Now look at the top, and you see more of that purple shading. Got that lovely orange deflector pattern here. Now I just hold it there for a moment, you can see that blue illuminated dots very clearly now. Then the underside, more of the yellow lighting and more of the purple shading there as well. Here we have the Ferengi Vanity shield. So we have the orange hull material that we see on Ferengi vessels in the TV shows. We've got some grey shading and some gold as well. Then with this bright yellow lighting effect here. Sort of deeper yellow for the Zhat collectors there. Almost orange there for the impulse engines. More of the gold shading there on the bay doors. More touches of grey as well. Then we've got the brighter yellow there for the nacelles. You see a bit of the pattern there on the orange hull material. And we see more of the grey with that yellow lighting there on the top module. And as we rotate through it, got the grey and yellow there, again the standard deflector for this shield. More of the gold and grey there. And you can make out little points on the material there that have got a rivet effect, as if the hull plates are riveted into place. And then on the underside, more of the gold shading there, more of the yellow lighting as well, touches of the grey, and there is some more of that rivet material effect there as well. So here we have the Hur'q Vanity shield. So we've got this green hull material. You can make it a bit of a shaded pattern to it there that we'll get a better look at in a moment. We have this purple shading to the hull material, and then this illuminated green pattern material as well. You can see the illuminated green lighting there on these two sections at the front. It almost looks yellow, but that is actually green there for the Zhat collectors. At the rear, the bay doors have got that illuminated green pattern to them. We have a pattern effect on the green impulse engines there. More of the green lighting up in this module, along with that illuminated green hull material as well. Then we've got that green there for the nacelles. More of that purple shading and that illuminated green material. And there's that shading pattern there on the hull material as well. It touches about the rear here also. And so look down, again we've got the deflector effect for the shield up here. More of that pattern effect to the hull material as well. More of the illuminated green hull material and the purple material also. And you see a bit of the shaded material there for that pattern effect also at the edges here. So look at the underside, a lot more of that illuminated green hull material. Touch more of the purple there with that shading effect on it. And same round here as well. This is the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield. So like the Discovery one, it does have two visual appearances depending on your faction alignment. I do wish it actually just split out, so you'd have a Kelvin Federation, a Kelvin Klingon, same with the Discovery ones. That way you could apply either or, regardless of your faction. It would also provide a bit of dual sync in the game as well. So, on to the next rant. We'll look at the Federation one first, then we'll have a look at the Klingons. So this is supposed to give you the look of Starfleet vessels in the reboot films. So we've got the grey hull material. You can see this white pattern effect here. And then this absolutely atrocious look to the Zhat collectors. So it's supposed to give the look from the Kelvin in the first reboot film. And if you have the Kelvin heavy destroyer in Star Trek Online, it does actually have that bizarre effect to it on the lower nacelle, which works on that ship perfectly fine, but it doesn't really work on any other ship, unfortunately. Okay, rant over. I've not done a rant for a few videos, so get it out of the system. For the impulse engines, we've got the orange and yellow effect there. Again, just the standard Starfleet grey for the hull material. Then we've got the blue and white there for the nacelle itself. Touch more of the blue and white lighting up around that module. And then as we look down, you see that pattern effect to it. It does look quite nice. Then we've got the blue deflector effect up here, and that is the same as the deflector in the Enterprise in the reboot films. So it's a very nice recreation for this shield. And then the underside is just the grey material with the pattern effect, a touch of this white lighting here and here. And here we have the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield on a Klingon aligned character. So we've got a few shades of green to the hull material. These lovely yellow Zhat collectors there. These deflectors are blacked out with this honeycomb pattern, which isn't normal for this shield. At the rear there, we can see the red honeycomb on the impulse engines. We have this blue and grey honeycomb pattern there for the nacelles themselves. And so look down, we've got this lovely red pattern here, and that's the normal deflector array colouring for this shield. And we see some more of this yellow illumination here, and the various shades of green for the hull material. And with the same there on the underside. Here we have another popular shield in the game. It is the Section 31 Vanity Shield. You can see we've got this dark hull material. We've got the blacked out Bassard collectors with this red, slightly illuminated line round about it. We've got the blacked out grated effect there. At the rear you can see these striped pattern on the bay doors. This very vibrant red for the impulse engines. Touch of that cyan lighting round about the bay doors there as well, and on that module at the top. Very bright cyan there for the nacelles with that striped material also. Then you see the two-tone there for the hull material. I do quite like this shield. I prefer if the material was more like the bow one, black, but matte black, so it doesn't reflect as much. I think that would work really well. It's supposed to be quite stealthy look to the ship. We've got this lovely deflector look sitting up here. Better view of the various shades of the hull material, and again more of the stripe pattern effect as well. On the underside we've got quite a bit more of the striped material pattern and more of the cyan lighting there as well. This is the Tzenkethi Vanity shield. This shield does have quite a lot going on with it. So we'll start off with the green hull material that you can see. We've also got some grey hull material and some black hull material as well. Then we also have this panel lighting hull material, and you can make out the pulsating effect in certain parts of it. We have this white pattern effect here on the Bassard collectors. This lovely warm yellow lighting here as well. So look at the rear, we've got the white there on the impulse engines. You can start to see some of that carved look to the hull material. We've got the black there for the bay doors, and they're well illuminated there with the lighting to show off the numbers. We have the white up here on this top module with more of that panel lighting, and you can see it pulsating quite the thing. Look at the side here, we've got the white for the nacelles, and we've got the grey hull material there with that carved pattern to it. Also make it a touch of the black hull material as well in the nacelle, and then this grey and green pattern effect there also. As we look down on the top here, so again there's that carved pattern to the hull material, and there's that grey and green pattern effect there at the front. This pulsating white light on the bridge dome there. Lovely warm orange and yellow deflector array appearance. More of that pulsating light effect there. And then the black and some of the grey hull material also. On the underside it's more of the same, so with the pulsating panel lighting material, got more of the grey, quite a bit more of the black there as well, and some more of this white lighting also. Now we come to the final shield that's currently available in the Dilithium store, and this is the Zhat Vash Vanity shield. So we've got this olive green and a sandy colour hull material. Got this green and white Bassard collector effect here with this nice bit of a pattern on it. See that vibrant red there at the front. Let's look at the rear here, and we've got the red there in the impulse engines, and you can make out some more green lighting there as well. Got green lighting around the bay doors with the sandy coloured hull material. more of the green lighting up here on this module. As look at the cell, it's bright green and white effect here. Touch of grey hull material as well. And then with the two-tone to the main ship itself. And with the colours and the pattern, it always gives me a army camouflage kind of feel when I look at the shield. As we look down, see the green deflector array effect up here. More of that green and the sandy and the grey there with the hull material. The same there on the underside with some more of that green lighting effect there as well. And that concludes the final part of the series. Hope you've enjoyed looking at the Bozeman. As with quite a few ships, there is certain parts of the visuals of the shield that don't quite line up with where parts of the ship should be. We're starting to see that more and more commonly as I'm doing these videos. It will be something that may get fixed in the future, but obviously there's more important bugs in the game that need to be addressed before that. In the description down below, you'll find links there to my social media, along with my Real Merch affiliate link. That will give you 10% off your orders at realmerch.com. I also have links to the STO wiki and to the main Star Trek Online news blog. And then if you're looking for more STO content, there's the likes of Casual Sab, Nick NB, McStew. They've all got their own channels and Discord servers and Twitch as well. They are extremely knowledgeable group of individuals, very, very helpful as well. So I do recommend you go and give them a check out. And until the next video or the next live stream, whichever one comes first, I shall thank you again for watching. I am also starting to do regular live streams now. As I'm a Scotsman and live in Scotland, I'm doing it on a Sunday night at 2100 hours. So you can have a look at your time zone, and if you feel like joining me, by all means, you're more than welcome. So until then, thanks again for watching.